These guys went here, okay?
Yes.
Iran said, that's our water. Get out of our water. We're taking you back.
Yes.
Britain says, they took our guys. Iran goes, no, you were in our water. Say you're in our water and we'll give you them back.
So what do you think is the cause behind that?
Well, there are many, many ways to think of it, but historically, have governments ever faked incidents or incited incidents in order to get them into wars? It's very hard in America when anyone from the Mideast has been so demonized that no matter what, it's impossible for some people to believe that the Iranians in any way could ever do anything ethical.
That was Rosie O'Donnell from today's edition of The View, spouting her unpopular views of the Iran hostage situation, but she didn't stop there. She offered up her thoughts on the 9/11 terrorist attacks and even took a swipe at us here at the Fox News Channel.
I do believe that it is the first time in history that fire has ever melted steel. I do believe that it defies physics for the World Trade Center Tower 7, Building 7, which collapsed in on itself. It is impossible for a building to fall the way it fell without explosives being involved. World Trade Center 7. World Trader 1 and 2 got hit by planes. 7, miraculously, the first time in history, steel was melted by fire. And I just think the more we can talk in America, the more everyone's voice is heard. Not only the ones on Fox News. Everyone has a voice.
All right, joining us now, radio talk show host Bill Cunningham and Democratic strategist and Fox News contributor Kirsten Powers. Now, Bill, I'm guessing you're not a big Rosie fan, but, you know, she's just saying crazy things to get attention on an entertainment show, much like you do on your own radio program.
I wouldn't compare it, Alan, but she has no right to speak. I hope Kirsten doesn't say that a clown, a fool, a deranged activist like Rosie has a right to speak. See, the First Amendment is directed at government stopping free speech, not ABC. In fact, I've never been on The View. I would love to go on. I've never been with Shepard Smith. I'd love to go on. I've been with Bill O'Reilly and you and some other shows with Greta.
Yeah.
I have no right to speak. Government is directed not to allow free speech in the First Amendment. ABC must agree with Tokyo Rosie by putting her on. This is a gay rights activist who's a fat slob, and she's mentally ill.
You know what, Bill? Again, rather than actual debate the issues and talk about the things she brings up, you call her deranged, you call her a fat slob. That doesn't advance the argument, and it makes you look petty when you want to take the argument to that level. You're not even meeting her on the level she talks when you use language like that.
He's a lot smarter.
I'm right, though,
well,
Alan.
it's ridiculous.
This woman describes herself that way.
Well, you know, I don't think that gives you the imprimatur to do it. Now, Kirsten, I don't think the issue is whether we agree with Rosie O'Donnell or not. And she does have the right to do that. If ABC will continue to employ her as long as The View gets ratings, which it seems to be doing in greater quantity since she's been on that show.
Well, I don't know. You know, Rosie says a lot of things I think that I find upsetting, but I think what she said today is particularly upsetting when you look at what's going on in the news right now with these soldiers who are hostages, where they're trotting them out. You have a 26-year-old woman who is like, yes, she was,
no, she
basically.
She was not defending Iran.
She said, in the transcript that I saw, is that she referred to, like, the world is with Iran.
No, she said the world does not agree. It says that United States and Britain has alienated the rest of the world. She didn't say the world is with Iran.
She suggested that Britain or the U.S. is making this up. I mean, come on. We have these people who have been rounded up as hostages.
So what if she says
and they're being trotted out.
What if she makes that
I
comment?
think that it's pretty outrageous when you have people that are being held hostages.
You want to shut her down?
No, I think ABC should probably ask her what she's talking about when she's suggesting that you're suggesting that the U.S. or the British have somehow created this, when in fact the Iranians have created this problem, not the U.S., not the British.
Hey, Bill Cunningham, my friend, my brother, you're a great American, sir. Welcome back to the program. It's always an honor to have you from the big one.
God bless you, and God bless America.
God bless America, my friend. Listen, in all seriousness here, these ignorant rantings and ravings have an impact. They have an impact on the families that lost loved ones on 9/11, when those buildings collapsed. You know, she seems to rush to the side of our enemies here in her comments about Iran. She's ignorant. Now, ABC has the right to put her on, but we have the right to tune her out. She's ruining that program, and I feel sorry for poor Elizabeth Hasselbeck, who has to listen to that drivel every day.
You know, Sean, one thing that you point out and I point out that Kirsten and Alan do not want to confront is that she said similar things to what Senator Durbin said about American soldiers, to what Senator Kerry has said, to what Al Gore has said. This is mainstream political thought among the Democrats today.
It's not.
We're pointing the finger at Rosie, but let's face it, Alan, do you condemn Durbin for calling American soldiers Nazis?
That's not what he said. He was talking about Guantanamo. He was talking about a specific situation.
Exactly
and he
what
was
he
not
said.
condemning carte blanche American soldiers.
Yes, he was. He compared to the Nazis.
He was talking about a specific situation in Guantanamo.
That's
what he was doing.
Alan, you can't handle the truth, Alan.
No, that's the truth,
can't
Bill.
handle the truth.
I'm telling you what the truth is. You're besmirching Durbin and saying he said things he did not
but
say.
Bill Cunningham, you've touched on something here that is really profound, and I think it's the problem we have. We now see Democrats cut, run, surrender. They've now appeased the world to the point where we watch the Iranians feel very comfortable using weaponry, killing our troops, taking the Brits hostage as they are. Isn't this directly related in part to the incendiary rhetoric of the left?
Hold on.
Excuse me.
Rosie has nothing to do with the Democratic Party.
Hang on a second.
Oh, yes,
she has nothing to do with the
John Kerry says we're an international pariah.
This is about Rosie
Excuse me.
O'Donnell, what
John
she said
Kerry
today,
says our
and she
troops are
has nothing
terrorizing.
to do with
Let
the
me
Democratic
finish.
Party,
No,
Sean.
the Democrats,
Tell her
frankly,
to
are worse
quiet
than
down.
her.
Let Sean
The
talk.
Democrats
that's
are.
ridiculous.
But
No,
wait,
they're not.
John Kerry says this country is
her
an
to quiet
international
down.
pariah. Our troops are killing innocent men, women, and children, terrorizing them in the dark of night in Iraq.
How
Isn't
many
that?
Democrats have come out and blamed the United States for what's happening in
Dick
Iran?
Durbin compared our troops to Nazis. What else do you
What
want?
we're talking about right now, how many members of Congress, elected Democrats, have come out and said what Rosie
Let me tell you
O'Donnell
something. I'm saying that the Democrats, Bill Cunningham, are worse. Because the Democrats are in a position of power. Our enemies are watching their votes and their actions and their reckless rhetoric. Am I right?
Right now, the Iranians are killers and kidnappers, and Durbin, Senator Durbin, calls American soldiers Nazis.
He didn't
and
do
John
that,
Kerry
Bill.
says they're knocking down doors in the middle of the night. I think Tokyo Rosie ought to run for the Democrat nomination for the
She'd
Senate
fit
for
right
New
in.
York.
What Durbin
when Hillary's our
said was that
president.
if you looked at what's happening at Guantanamo, you might think back to what happened back then. He was not calling soldiers en masse
I love Guantanamo.
Nazis. I'm sure you do.
Alan, I speak truth to power.
Bill
So that's why you're defending our government. Okay.
You're a great American.
Thank you both very much. Coming up, if you want to know the hidden messages behind the recent celebrity outbursts, don't look at their body language, analyze their actual words coming up. And later we'll give you a sneak peek of a very special Hannity's America coming up this Sunday. Stay with us.